Today I am taking the topic exchange rate changes. Exchange rate means the price of a nation's currency in terms of another currency. An exchange rate thus has two components, the domestic currency and a foreign currency, and can be quoted either directly or indirectly. മറ്റൊരു കറൻസിയുടെ അടിസ്ഥാനത്തിൽ ഒരു രാജ്യത്തിൻ്റെ കറൻസിയുടെ വില. ഒരു വിനിമയ നിരക്കിന് രണ്ട് ഘട്ടങ്ങളുണ്ട്. അതിലൊന്ന് ആഭ്യന്തര കറൻസിയും അതുപോലെ വിദേശ കറൻസിയും. അവ നേരിട്ടോ അല്ലാതെയോ ആവാം. Next, we are discussing about some of the major concepts of exchange rates. First one, devaluation. Second one, revaluation. Third, depreciation. And fourth, appreciation.
Devaluation. Devaluation is the deliberate downward adjustment of the value of a country's money relative to another currency, group of currencies, or currency standard. Countries that have a fixed exchange rate or semi-fixed exchange rate use this monetary policy. It makes the export cheaper in the foreign market and imports costlier in terms of domestic currency. It means currency or group of currency അല്ലെങ്കിൽ കറൻസി സ്റ്റാൻഡേർഡുമായി താരതമ്യപ്പെടുത്തുമ്പോൾ ഒരു രാജ്യത്തിൻ്റെ പണത്തിൻ്റെ മൂല്യത്തെ താഴേക്ക് ക്രമീകരിക്കുന്നതാണ് ഡിവാലുവേഷൻ. It is also known as expenditure switching policy as it encourages switching of expenditures between the foreign and domestic goods. Revaluation. A revaluation is a calculated upward adjustment to a country's official exchange rate relative to a chosen baseline. It means തിരഞ്ഞെടുത്ത അടിസ്ഥാനമായി കമ്പയർ റിലേറ്റീവ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ഒരു രാജ്യത്തിൻ്റെ എക്സ്ചേഞ്ച് വിനിമയ നിരക്കിൻ്റെ മുകളിലേക്ക് ക്രമീകരിക്കുന്നതാണ് റിവാലുവേഷൻ. The baseline can include wage rate, the price of gold, or a foreign currency, and it is just opposite of devaluation. Depreciation. When currency depreciation happens, that means your exchange rate will rise, so there would be more demand of foreign exchange. Let's say dollar to rupees. So there is a more demand of dollar, but the supply of dollar remains the same. So what happened? So in that scenario, because of the market forces come into play, so my rupee will depreciate. So there would be a rise in exchange rate implies depreciation in a domestic currency or currency depreciation. Okay, we can discuss through a diagram. Here Q and Q1 is the quantity. Out here now there has been more demand in the USD. So you can see there is a rightward shift on x-axis. Now here supply remains constant, so there is no another line which you can see, but the demand has increased from D to D1, that is from DD to DD or D1 DD or D dash D. So there is a reason we are showing this arrow. Similarly for quantity also increasing right hand side and it goes up to E1. That's why this rise 16 to 65. Effects by the currency depreciation. Exports became cheaper, so exports are encouraged by these kinds of depreciation. and import will become dearer because now you have to pay more dollars, so that would result in discourage of import because imports are now costlier. Okay, next appreciation. Exchange rate fall. And simply, when the demand for foreign exchange would decrease, but the supply would remain. So people would be demanding lesser of US dollar, but then the supply of US dollar would remain same. For example, currently which was now trading at a rate of $1 is equal to 65 rupees will down to 16 rupees. We can discuss in a diagram. In this diagram, he star it came to the E dash, the equilibrium. Why? Because the supply has fallen, so the demand you can see there is only one line DD, but the supply has fallen from S to S1, S to S1, and the quantity shift to Q1. Effects by the appreciation. Exports will fall and imports will rise. It means exports becoming costlier, so they will be fall, and import becoming cheaper, so they will be rise.